Enron Corporation, founded in 1985 in Omaha, Nebraska, United States by Kenneth Lay before filing for bankruptcy in 2001. Enron Corporation was one of the largest integrated natural gas and electricity company in the world. It marketed natural gas liquids worldwide and operated one of the largest natural gas transmission systems in the world, totaling more than 36,000 miles. It was also one of the largest independent developers and producers of electricity in the world, serving both industrial and emerging markets. Enron was also a major supplier of solar and wind renewable energy worldwide, managed the largest portfolio of natural gas-related risk management contracts in the world, and was one of the world's biggest independent oil and gas exploration company. In North America, Enron was the largest wholesale marketer of natural gas and electricity. Enron pure innovative trading products such as gas future and weather future, significantly modernizing the utility industry. After a surge of growth in the early 1990s, the company ran into difficulty. The magnitude of Enron loss was higher from stockholders. The company folded after a failed merger deal with the Energy Incorporation in 2001 brought to the light massive financial finagling. The company had ranked number 7 on the Fortune 500, and its failure was the biggest bankruptcy in American history. The key people in Enron company was Kenneth Lay, founder, chairman and CEO; Jeffrey Skilling, former president, COO and CEO; Andrew Fastow, former CFO; Rebecca Jubashe, former vice chairman, and CEO of Enron International; Stephen F. Cooper, interim CEO and CRO. Hello to everyone. Today we are going to have a few discussion about Enron company accounting scandal. To discuss this topic, we have invited a few specialists so we can get an excellent explanation for this topic. Our first guest today is a business specialist, Mr. Muhammad Fazil bin Rasdi. So let's move on to the topic, accounting scandal in Enron company implication to the stakeholder.
Thank you for inviting me in this discussion. Let's move to the first topic. Stakeholder are those people and groups that affected an organization decision, policies and operation. Many stakeholders, both market and non-market, were affected by the collapse of Enron. So, accounting scandal in Enron company have given effect on a few parties. First party, stakeholder. Initially reaped tremendous gain from their investment. Enron stock as the company price rose much faster than market average during 1990. In 2001, as the stock collapsed, investors lost 70 billion in the market value. Both individual and institutional shareholders were hurt. Second, employer. Many employees lose their job because Enron failure. 4,000 were laid off immediately, with more to follow. Many saw the value of their retirement collapse. Third, customer. The full impact of Enron collapse on customer is not explored in this case. Students may speculate that some customers have signed long-term contract with Enron for delivery of certain commodity were left without a reliable source. The fourth, supplier. The full impact of Enron collapse on supplier is also not explored in this case. Students may speculate that the firm has signed long-term contract with Enron for a certain commodity were left without a reliable distributor or customer. Fifth, creditor. Enron have many creditors. Among the largest were JP Morgan Chase and Citigroup, which had loaned the company millions of dollars to finance its rapid expansion. The bankruptcy court will eventually determine the full extent of their loss. The government also suffer a loss of tax revenue and a rising confidence in its capacity to protect public interest and assume costs of prosecuting corporate law breaking. The seventh, community. The community of Houston, Enron company hometown, suffered the social costs associated with unemployment, a decline in tax revenue, damaged reputation, and a lost charitable giving. The eighth, public. Public at large lost confidence in the business. And the lastly is business support group. Professional service organizations were profoundly affected by Enron collapse. Arthur Andersen's reputation was severely damaged that it was forced out of business, devastating the career of employees and partners around the world, most of whom had nothing to do with Enron. Vincent and Elkin, the outside law firm that served Enron, also suffered a reputational damage. That's all the parties that were affected by the Enron company collapse. Thank you for inviting me again. That's all.
So now we are aware about Enron company scandal. So we have invited a specialist to tell us about what can we learn about this scandal case. Okay, the first question. What do you think are the most important lessons to be learned from the Enron scandal? Why did this happen?
Okay, there are many causes of the Enron collapse. Among them are the conflict of interest between these two roles played by Arthur Andersen as the auditor but also as the consultant to Enron. The lack of attention shown by members of the Enron board of directors to the off-book financial entities with which Enron did business, and the lack of truthfulness by management about the health of the company and its business operation. In some ways, the culture of Enron was the primary cause of the collapse. The senior executive believed Enron had to be the best at everything it did, and they had to protect their reputation and their compensation as the most successful executive in the US. When some of their business and trading ventures began to perform poorly, they tried to cover up with their own failures. The board did not pay attention to the employees because most directors in the United States did not consider this as their responsibility. They considered themselves representative of the shareholder only and not the employees. However, in this case, they did not even represent the shareholder well, and particularly not the employees who were shareholders.
Okay, next question. Could you tell me how the corporate governance should be changed?
Okay, I do not think the rule of corporate governance will be changed in significant way, but board of directors need to pay closer attention to the behavior of management and the way the company is making money. In too many American companies, board members are expected to approve what management propose or to resign. It must become acceptable and mandatory to question management closely. There is a little chances in the US government rule will be changed to make board responsible to the employees as well as to the shareholder. However, board members would be foolish not to pay more attention to how employees and customer and business partner are treated. This greatly affected the long-term value of the shareholder investment.
Third question. Don't you think this scandal damaged the new economy fundamental system?
Okay, Enron is a prominent example of new economy company. Kinnesley and Jeffrey Skilling claims that Enron was the most innovative company in the United States at time it tried to intimidate reporters or analysts who question their strategy. In new economy, new kind of company has been created. Enron Collect will encourage investors, analysts, reporters and employees to ask all economic questions about these new economic companies. How does this company make money? Can it sustain this strategy over the long term? How do those who work in this company feel about? The new economy has lost some of its appeal after the collapse of many companies and of Enron.
Okay, the next question. What reform should Congress, the SEC and others institute post-Enron?
I believe accounting regulation should be altered to prohibit ownership of both auditing and consulting service by the same accounting firm. Accounting firms are already moving to sever their consulting business. The SEC should probably adopt additional disclosure requirement. Various regulators should tighten requirement for directors to be vigilant and provide protection for whistleblowers who bring improper behavior to public attention. But in the final analysis, the solution to the Enron type scandal lies in the attentive of director and in the truthfulness and integrity of executive. Clever individuals will always find ways to conceal information or to engage the fraud.
Next question. On how can credibility be recovered with investor?
Okay, US firm and foreign firm listed on US stock exchange will need to demonstrate that they have eliminated all off-book accounts which distort the public understanding of the financial health of the organization. They may need to pledge that they will not suspend the economic code of conduct or at least report to the public when they do. Finally, every company will need to demonstrate that its board of directors vigorous, vigilant and that is the procedure will enable to uncover any questionable behavior. Companies may need to adopt a set of government best practices to regain the trust of the market.
Don't you think this kind of scandal will be a bad influence on the US economy?
I believe the stock price of new economic companies will continue to show an Enron effect for many years to come. Enron has clearly done some damage to the US economy, but it will not hold up recovery from the current recession. The fundamental health of the US economy is strong and now getting stronger. Some individual economic companies will have depressed stock price for some time, but they too will recover as they demonstrate that they are prepared to prevent Enron-like behavior.
Okay, for the last question in our session, can Enron will become the morality platform of the economy? Could you give me a more concrete idea what you mean by this?
I do believe Enron will be the morality play of the economy. It will teach executive and the public the most important lesson of the decade. Among these lessons are: first, You make money in the all economy in the same way you make money in others economy by providing goods or service that have real value. Second, financial cleverness is no substitute for a good corporate strategy. Third, the arrogance of corporate executives who claims they are the best and the brightest, the most innovative, and who present themselves as superstars should be a red flag for investors, directors, and the public. Fourth, executives who are paid too much can think they are above the rules and can be tempted to cut ethical corners to retain their wealth and prerequisites. Government, regulation, and rules need to be updated for the current economy and not relaxed and eliminated.
Okay, that's all for today. Thank you.